I mean, I get it. Classic books are pretty intimidating. I was scared myself until last month. Literally, I read my first classic book last month. But now I'm 10 books in, so I think I'm valid now. But as someone who is new to it, I feel like I got a good idea on what you should read if you never read them, or if it's someone trying to get back into them. I know it's definitely easy to not want to read them, and I know it's also easy to fall out of reading it. So here's some books that I feel like everybody should read. This is the classic that started everything for me, The Count of Monte Cristo. And you might ask, why was my first classic this behemoth 1,200 page book? And to be real with you, I have no clue. Honestly, couldn't tell you why this is my first. But now that I think about it, I think it's a good thing because I'm like, if I can finish this, I can literally finish everything. So now I never get intimidated by books because I read this. I mean, I didn't finish it as you can see, but the only reason I didn't finish it is because it's good. I don't want to finish it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that good to a point where I don't want to finish it. But let me tell you what it's about. It's about the main character, Edmond Dantes. He has the most promising future you could ask for. He's a young sailor about to become the captain. He got the most beautiful girl in the whole city. But you know, in life, when you're doing good, you're gonna always have haters. And Edmond Dantes has the biggest haters in the entire world. And it's the people closest to him. They hate on my boy so much that they lie on him and put him in jail. So this story is about how he gets his get back on the people that did him wrong. It's considered the greatest revenge story of all time. Yeah, but I'm loving this book so far. Frankenstein. This is my book of all time. Actually, wait. Let me get my favorite copy. Wait. Okay. Look at this. Frankenstein is the greatest book of all time. For right now, until I finish The Count of Monte Cristo. As a kid growing up, I always loved Frankenstein. Always. This gave me a greater appreciation that I didn't even know existed. This made me question a lot of things. Like, who was right? Victor right? Was the creature right? Who's the bad guy in this story? Is the creature a bad guy for everything he did? Is Victor a bad guy for just wanting some company? It's a story of loneliness. I feel like Mary Shelley portrayed that perfectly on both sides. Definitely read this. If you want to read this, learn Mary Shelley's background. I'm telling you right now, if I would have knew why she wrote this would have hit way harder than it did. And also, I'm gonna drop it right here, but listen to this audiobook while you're reading it. Trust me, it's the best audiobook ever. Break it down. Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. My first Octavia E. Butler book, and I feel like it's a great start. It's about the main character, Dana. On her 26th birthday, she gets sent, I think it's her 26th birthday. Yeah, she gets sent 100 years back to the past during slavery to save her ancestor that keeps almost dying. And I'm telling you, like, it sounds crazy. Cause at first it didn't make any sense to me. But as you read it, it starts to make sense. I don't think I could have done this. I don't think I could have, you know what I'm saying, did this. Like, she's better than me. She did everything she had to go through. Like, the thing with this, she can go back to the present. But every time her ancestor almost keeps dying, it makes it impossible to put down. Every time she gets sent back, it gets even more interesting. I finished this in one sitting. Knocked it out, cleared it. So, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. After I read this, I bought like 4 more Jane Austen books. I like this way more than I would have thought. Fair warning, the beginning is pretty slow. Once the plot twists happen and the story really start to build, trust me, it gets good. The story is, the best way I can explain this story is like a game of cat and mouse. So it's about a girl and a boy, right? And in the beginning of the story, they don't like each other. Then as the story goes, they start to tolerate each other a little bit, but they don't want to admit it. I mean, for me, that's what kept me going reading it, because I'm like, who gonna confess? It kept me on the edge of my seat because I really wanted to know who was gonna confess. Another thing to note, Jane Austen is hilarious. But the thing is, her humor is dry, so you might think what someone says is serious, but the whole time it's a joke. There were so many times when I'm reading this, I'm like, that was kind of mean. But then I had to think, it was just a joke. So yeah, she's a pretty witty lady. Take everything she say with a grain of salt because a lot of it is jokes. Side note, if you have read this, you know about Miss Bennet and Mr. Collins. just irritated. That's how you know Jane Austen's a great writer. She knows how to make a very annoying character. Two of them at that. Dracula. All I can say is, this book is so scary. like, this is actually so scary. And I didn't expect it to frighten me. Like, for real. We all know Dracula, but the way he's portrayed in this book, I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different Dracula that I don't remember. The thing that makes it so scary, it's not like he's just always there in the book, in your face. He's kind of like, best way to explain it is like if Dracula's always watching you. That's how I felt reading it. It made me want to look over my shoulder like, is Dracula behind me? One thing that I love about this is that it's in letter format. I think it's called epistolary format or something like that. Every chapter is in letters. The thing is, the chapters are super long, but you can kind of count the letters as chapters. So it was like a whole bunch of short chapters in one huge chapter. You know, it was always like a reward getting to the next letter. So it just kept me binging and binging. I binged this for like 5 hours straight. The picture of Dorian Gray. Like, everyone in this book, just terrible people. Like, it starts off with Dorian Gray. He's considered like this beautiful guy, just extremely handsome. But Dorian Gray is a narcissist. This guy paints a painting of him, and he looks at it, he's like, I want to look like this forever. I don't ever want to age. I want to be beautiful forever. And he got what he asked for. But as the story goes, you realize that just because you're beautiful on the outside doesn't mean you're beautiful on the inside. And all the sins he's committing shows on that painting. And every time he looks at that painting, he realizes he's not this amazing guy. It's a very dark story. This gave me anxiety in the best way possible. I can't even explain it to you. There's also an uncensored version. I got that too. Now, like I said, this is uncensored. So I can't even imagine how dark this is, because this is already extremely dark. The Pearl by John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck is a really good author. Like, his books are so easy to read. I've read this, Of Mice and Men, and East of Eden. His writing style is so addictive. He's really good at expressing human nature. Like, he's gonna make you think. But this, The Pearl, it's about the main character, Kino. He's what you call a pearl diver. So he dives for pearls in the ocean and hopefully hits big. This guy, Kino, hit a gold mine. He found the best pearl you could possibly find. Let's say you win the lottery. You tell everybody, and not everybody want a piece of what you got. Everyone knows your business. You know, Kino, he gets his pearl, the whole town knows. So this pearl that he got, it does way more bad than it does good. It's a story about greed. You see how greed affects him and how it affects his family. Everyone else's greed affects him. But beware, this is a tearjerker. I'm just warning you now. East of Eden, also by John Steinbeck. I just want you to look at this. I'm not finished with it, but do you see all these annotations? There's so many things to note in this book. This is a book about good and evil. And when I mean like it's about good and evil, good versus evil has been shown through the entire book so far. As much as I read, it has me questioning myself, questioning you, questioning everything. I'm even putting sticky notes in the book, writing all these notes and stuff. And I've never annotated in my life before reading this. Now I annotate everything. One of the most thought-provoking books I ever read. It also has the most evil character I've ever read in my life. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about when you get to it. She's terrible. It also made me think, like, can you be too good? There's times in here where people are getting took for granted. It has me thinking, like, how would I react to something like this? Would I get taken for granted in that same situation? Would I know what to do? If you want something that you can really sit down and just ponder about all day, definitely read East of Eden by John Steinbeck. So yeah, there's a few recommendations for you if you do want to get into classics. And if you don't, I tried, you know what I'm saying? You missing out. But if you do like these recommendations, let me know what you want to read first. I definitely want to know. And if you got recommendations for me, let me know that too. I appreciate that. So yeah, thanks for listening. I'll see you later. Goodbye.